Hello. This is Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. And the end of... yes, we were in the end of the third 5-year plan. There's a... yeah, the population has grown, and we have become quite a few here now. To such an extent that the situation requires more schools, but didn't really feel like talking about schools in Soviet Republic for the moment. No, I want to talk about Exchange server. Yes, Exchange server. That's a great product, you know. Microsoft Exchange server. Especially like an old one. Yeah, from, you know, Microsoft Small Business Service 2011. Yes, that's a good product. That's certainly something you want to be using in 2021. Most definitely, a real good thing. And it's also definitely something that you want, you know, in the middle of your corporate network. Of course it is. Yes, because everyone needs access to everything. Because it's not only the mail server. This, of course not. No, it's the domain controller. Yes, it means it's in charge of who gets in and who gets to see and do what. Yes, yeah, it's also the mail server. Yes, in order to be a useful mail server, it sort of has to be connected to the internet. Yes, of course it's connected. It's a mail server. Of course it's connected to the internet. Yes, but it's 10 years old. And it's been out of end of life, out of support for over a year. Yes, and last week there was like 3 quite severe vulnerabilities disclosed. Yes, which are now out in the wild. Okay. Yes, but it's a real good thing, you know. It's yes, it's security. It's definitely security to have it set up. I don't quite understand people all the time, you know. No. Because supposedly, according to some people, I mean, I don't even... this is a better solution than it would be to put your email with Microsoft. Actually at Microsoft's facilities rather than only in their software, and they keep... This is not going to turn into a commercial for Microsoft Office 365 or anything, but I mean, when if you are in that situation, that you have this old Exchange server on your network in 2021, and it's everywhere. And of course, it's not only it's not only mail that is open to the internet. Well, people need handy access to things. They want it in their mobile phone, and they want it in their goddamn computer and on the other side of the planet. So it has to be open to wide open to the internet then. For these remote access things, what is called Outlook Web Access or something. Yes, that's done over HTTPS. So yeah, that's secure then. Of course it is. No problem. But are you going? No, I'm not going anywhere with this. I just need to rant about it. You see. No relation to things occurring. Meanwhile, at all. Meanwhile, we have a shot of the chimney here from the heating plant and in the sunrise. Yes. So, it seems to be running quite slow for some reason. Is that maybe because I'm doing something? Yeah, it's probably because I'm doing this. I think that this is not a supported way of playing the game. Oh, it's about as supported as an Exchange server from 2011. It's in 2021. God damn it. Or quite possibly even a little bit better supported than what that Exchange server is. I mean, serious. Yeah, okay then. Fine. If we really need, or if we feel so dearly about this Exchange server, because it's on-premise, you know, Yes, we can look at it. That means it's secure. Definitely. So, yes, if we really like it a whole lot and we really want to keep it, is there really a way? Yeah, we could actually do it. Yeah, we could. It would be possible to do it, but it would not be liked or popular or very convenient for the users. No, because what we'd have to do is to fence it off significantly from the world. Yes, fence it off properly. That means no connection, no direct connection, no. When we receive an email, but we already this might already exist. You might have a spam filter in front of it. That's a good thing to have. Now you don't need incoming mail. Well, that's half the problem taken care of. Great. Now it's only the people then, the receivers of the email sent to the thing, who might not like what is going to happen next, because all these things. All these remote ports things, yes, that you currently have very convenient access to. The access to that is going to get a whole lot less convenient, and so on, because we're going to need to put that behind. We're going to have to fence that off. We're going to need a firewall. Yeah, we have a a VPN, yes, to connect to those ports. Yeah, we're going to need a VPN. To access your mail, and that actually is then if you were to have a setup like so, and I think it's completely fine to run a small business service 2011 here in 2021. If it is really goddamn fenced off, I don't know. No. Why do we? Why? Yes, what one can also do then is realize that this is not a good situation. No, that we have with this email server. That is not optimal at all. No, it could certainly be done better. Yeah, what can we do? I mean, yes, we're entrusting Microsoft that they can write code, that they can write an email server. Okay. Since that is what we install here on our computer, on our server, that we can look at because it's here. Yes, we can see it, so it's very secure. Yes, but we install Microsoft's software on it. And that's what actually turns the computer that we can look into an email server. Otherwise it's just a box. Yes. But now that sort of means that we have to bring all the internet in, basically, more or less, into our box. Yeah. Yes, it is. That's correct. Where are you going? Are you going anywhere? I don't know. I want more beer. Krusovike is a royal pale lager from the Czech Republic, apparently. Or from Czechia, or however you're supposed to say it nowadays. Czechian. Cheers. Yes, goddamn mail, sir. We're drifting sort of here. Yes, I'm getting... I'm taking care of that now. There we go. I had to have some beer, you know. Yes, this is a steel mill. Have you heard? Yeah, we have also seen there is a train that and traffic rules. Are you done with the rant about the exchange, sir? No. That could probably go on for quite some time. Yeah, but what are you going to do about it? Yes, of course, we realize that this is not a good thing. No. So, yes, entrusting Microsoft with their software on our hardware and so on. Yeah, I mean, you might as well run it on their hardware. And if you're in this situation that you have this old exchange server standing around, old small business server perhaps, then I mean it's not a bad deal, and you're already paying for the office applications. Yes, you're already paying for that. For more or less, so the extra charge then to get Microsoft to take care of your email for you too is like not a whole lot. $3-4 maybe per user per month, and you can probably get that down if you fish around in the deals or get some deal on it or something. I don't know how it works. It's for being a company that lives on selling their software, it's incredibly complicated to understand how to actually buy the software correctly. Something that I've never quite, and also probably because I haven't had to, you know. No. Anyway, I suppose it is possible, but not even the people that one would think has to do this, understand these things, seem to quite understand them. Oh. Anyway, yeah, I suppose the point is, if you're entrusting them to do the thing when you install it on your, but the thing is it's up in the cloud, we don't know where it is. But it doesn't really matter, because your attack vector surface thing, since there is an email server, that's the whole world and everything in it, right? No, I would argue that is a good thing. That is not something that we can look at, that is within our premises. But especially when the extra charge is like $3 a month. I mean, yes, but you know, it's in the cloud. It's dangerous to have things in the cloud. Is it now? Well, yes, it certainly is. There are risks. There are risks. Are you willing to pay the price of mitigating all those risks while remaining within your premises? Or otherwise locally? I mean, certainly if you are building something really secretive, something that actually someone would want to get their heads on. Yeah, say you're building an aeroplane to shoot down other airplanes with, or such similar activities. Then it's sort of, then you'd want to protect it quite well. That makes perfect sense. Then maybe not go with the cloud, with Amazon S3 for your storage. Oh, maybe have a local thing. Probably a good idea. And also, well, if you're an authority that deals with, let's not get into that. No, that makes me properly upset if we start talking about what happened a few years ago at the Authority of Transports. When they decided to outsource their IT department to IBM, yes, who in turn outsourced who had put it somewhere in Serbia, I believe the technicians worked, yes. And then they realized that, well, these databases here of all the traffic, it's vehicles with cars and trucks and things and license plate numbers and driver's licenses, yes, driver's licenses and things, and also pilot's licenses, who has licensed for which type of aircraft, okay, and also we also people with protected identities and such. See, we was apparently in here, okay. Maybe not a good idea to outsource. No. Or offshore, or such things. Oh, perhaps not. The trains, the electrical trains, definitely sounded better in the old. They have lost. I mean, they were a proper hum. I mean, the wagons that might be actually better now than they were. The wagons, but definitely that was a big thing. That sounded great. Yeah, that. Now we're actually talking about the game here that we're watching, not ranting on about email servers and other. Yes, okay. So what are you gonna do then if you can't trust the dangerous cloud? No. I suppose you have to draw the line somewhere, but it's difficult to not get a little bit autistic about these things, especially if you are actually autistic. What was the point again? Yes, but yeah, if that's your if that's your argument, that no cloud services, oh, bad. Yeah, but then you have to do some. I mean, it's possible. Yes, it is possible. It is definitely possible. But will you put up with it? Will people put up with it? I mean, that would be a great challenge to really do something completely off the cloud. 100% off the cloud. That would be pretty cool. It's not impossible. Not at all. You basically have to get people to install and expect to have a VPN running any time you want to access anything. If you can just get over that hurdle, then you're fine. Bit much. Come on, barriers, you can go up now. Oh, that's a bit of a danger. You're not allowed to overtake on level crossing when the things have been down. No. Yes, I think that we should have something more here from the soundtrack. Well, that was one lap, I think, of this. That's the railroad we have so far. We're a bit low on the rubles there, 8,101, and there isn't a way to get any. I know, but we're working on a long-term project here. It's going to be very long-term. They took 1 5-year plan to do that bit that we just saw. So this is going to take quite a while. We've gotten to here, and we only have a little bit of a ways to go. It's quite a rail. It will be quite a railroad, though, if it ever. I mean, but this is like 15 years. Yes, it will be 1990 when this is finished. Then there's an excellent time to start selling things for rubles. In the 90s, yes. The ruble. That was a very good decade for the ruble. Maybe not such a good decade for the ruble. At least not the beginning of it. It was terrible. Yeah, big things happened. Anyway, this is where we're building the railroad. The thing is, I can't even buy a goddamn tractor. No. I've looked on the workshop, but I probably missed it or something. I found one Western tractor, but it's too old. It doesn't exist anymore. It isn't sold anymore. So that's it. That's why we have to build this railroad, because currently I have to transport people by bus here to these fields to plant them, and that feels a bit. But I mean, it's very nice for the people who gets to work here in the fields. Imagine here being out in the fresh air. It's the 6th of March and it's 15 degrees. God damn it, that's unfair. Yes. It's -6 and it's windy and it's jävla marshelvete, fy fan. Anyway. Yes, anyway. The people are planting the fields. It's 14 degrees. It's the 6th of March, and it's lovely here in the Soviet Republic of Arm. Yeah, they get on with it quite good. Actually, having workers to do the fields. However, a tractor would be because it's a bit cumbersome to get workers into fields here when one has not planned for it. If one wanted to plan for this, then a bus stop every here and there is what one would use, and that would sort it out. And you just have to drop people off at the bus stops, and that's fine. And the fields only accepts workers when they actually can do something such as plant or harvest. That's great. But since I don't have any bus stops, we instead have this bus that has to go to every goddamn field every time. Yes. That's of course a little bit suboptimal. Yes. Yes, it is. Exchange server. Yes, indeed. That's how you, if you really want to be, jävla idiot, jävla dum. It's just a stupid argument. No, we can't have anything cloud. Unless you're serious about it, unless you know what you're talking about and what that really means. I mean, if you do that, yeah, then that's fine. Hats off, respect. It's real difficult, but it's definitely possible. Yes. But if you're not, no, if you're just some goddamn uninformed person who think it's 2005 and has not quite realized that it's 2021. Yeah, then it might be time to maybe think about things. I don't know how to get through to these people here, because it just feels quite foreign and distant, the type of reasoning. Because the cloud is all around us. I mean, seriously, all around us all the time. And your email server is not going to make a goddamn difference where you have that. If you have an email server, which you... and it all depends on what you do with it, of course. And how much you trust it and so on. And what you trust it with. You know, email is supposed to be regarded as postcards. Yes. It is not... it's not registered mail, certified registered mail. No, it's a postcard, is what an email is. Unless you put something on top, which increases the privacy, then email is a postcard and should be regarded as a postcard. Yes, nowadays most likely you have a little bit better privacy than so. Most likely, most email servers, unless it's very old, for example, is configured to handle, say, encrypted connections and so on, and probably most likely quite possibly, anyway, have their certificate updated and in order and so on, so that your email server with the one you're sending from, say, or the one you're receiving through, the one who's sending, whichever direction it is going. Anyway, has bothered to update it. Yes, then there exists a possibility that your email could be delivered as sort of end-to-end encrypted. Sort of, yes, no, not quite. Maybe it depends on how you inputted it and so on, and the entire chain, and what happens on the other side. But at least has traversed the internet encrypted. There is a chance. There is quite possibly quite a large chance if you say, for example, using cloud services such as Google Apps or Microsoft Office 365 or whatever it may goddamn be. It's most likely that their certificates are in order, because if they wouldn't be in order, It would cost them a bloody fortune, is what it would cost them. Yes, so you can be pretty certain that they will have their certificates in order. But if you still email is postcard, okay? That's what it is. So does it matter if you have that in the cloud or not? Maybe not. I mean, your data. Data files, your most treasured stuff, whatever it is you do. It sort of depends on what you do, but if maybe the thing you sell is software, and is therefore the value of what you have is stored on your network, or when you need to store that somewhere, then, and if you need to store it, you need to use it. It's part of your business thing, so to speak. So you sort of have to have it. You cannot like store it away somewhere, hidden behind a good encryption key or something. No, you have to have it active. Yes. Because that's the thing you are actually making money off. Yes. Yeah, should we have a 10-year-old mail server right next to this thing? Possibly not. No. And if that thing that you have is actually that you I can maybe respect and understand. You don't want to put in Amazon's cloud somewhere. No. You want to that we want to be able to look at, because we've written every single line of code in it. Not quite. We've written a little bit of the code running on the CPU in those processors, and the data flowing through its RAMs and so on. Yes. Anyway, that's the thing that we want to have a real. That's it. You can sort of call it the core of your business or such. The thing that is you, the thing that you do. Yeah. And what are you on about? I'm starting to lose this wherever it was I was going with this. That's fine. That you can keep here on premise. Yes, but don't put a goddamn email server right next to it. No. No, email is nothing that you want to hand to. No. Why? I have my own public email server. Yeah, I do, but no, I never use it. No, actually, completely without any spam filter, receiving absolutely no spam at all. It's completely open. If you know where to but never mind. That's something else. That's about what happens to your data when you enter it somewhere, such as your email address. Ends up in all sorts of places. That's because somewhere in the EULA there is something saying something along the lines of that some of your data may be shared with other companies, or this company may be bought by some other company, and then your data may be shared and so on. That's how you end up on all these goddamn mailing lists. Never ends. And you must be able to unsubscribe unless it's complete scam. Yes, and even the ones that actually take that that actually have an unsubscribe thing that takes you to an unsubscribe thing and confirms that we've unsubscribed you from this particular type of letter that you just received and clicked on the link on the link in. Yes, this particular type, which was a very special type of mail that we will not send again, likely ever. Of course not to you, maybe not to anyone else neither. But you have been unsubscribed from this list. If you want to be completely removed from here, you can fill in this form and it will not be considered. They've done a pretty good job with this beer here, with this Royal Lager from the Czech Republic. 100% Czech original recipe. It's owned by Heineken apparently. It's brewed at the Royal Brewery. What does it say here? Yes, the Royal Brewery in Krušovice. I have absolutely no idea how you're supposed to pronounce. But yeah, it's beer from the Czech Republic. It says on the can. That's a bit funny. It says Royal Pale Lager from the Czech Republic. It's a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? The school is about to be finished here. Wouldn't you know it? Yeah. They're not working very quickly. Should we interact with the thing? We could, but there's not a whole lot to do. I mean, I want a railroad to the Soviet Union. But the Soviet Union might not exist when we get there. However, we could get this school a little bit quicker, I think. If, didn't you know there's a new vehicle type available? It just got finished. Okay. There might be some things not working properly when you're in that mode. I don't know. Has anything happened here? Now we have sort of, we're not on a growing curve no more. But we're doing pretty well. The reason that this is not maxed out is because we still have some people living out in the villages, I would think. Because if we take any house here at random, yes, they're 100% happy. They're pretty good, pretty well off. Although, yes, a few uneducated, but we should probably. There are 400 students in the schoolyard here now. And here, at this one, there is 120. Okay. How old are you people? You're 20, 15, and you have 0.3 of an education. It's not doing great now. It's 0.8, but you're 23 years old. Okay, I'm sorry, Rustem Olegovic. I'm sorry. We're taking care of it. We have taken care of it. You now have a second school, which might still be a bit under these 6,200 people. That's completely under. Yeah, you need at least one more. And why have them next to each other? Well, because it seemed like the thing to do. You have the little university is doing fine though. It is a bit small, that university. One could do a proper one, like the technical university. This is what you need to research and things. Yes, it's very large. It's very, very large. And it's not something that we're going to tack on to anything. No, but we could remove this very nice road that exists to have a no, screw that. They will be fine with this. Yeah, they will be fine with. let's say 8,101 rubles. And well, I suppose that's the next 5-year plan. Then now we have a railroad that goes maybe not around all the old villages and things, which was pondered doing. I've already done that on a different build, different game save here. No, on the same map. No, I don't want to do that again. Oh. I suppose I'm finished with the exchange server for now. Yes, I suppose I am. And other things. Yeah, I can definitely respect that you want to keep your stuff on your stuff. Yes. But do it for the stuff that actually makes sense to do it on. And something that is a huge attack vector and horrible. It is just goddamn horrible to think about. My mind boggles. It cannot quite take in the concept here of having all these things. Email, domain controller, perhaps file server, print server, all the things in one little package for the small business in 2011. Yeah. It was not a good idea in 2011 to do it like that. No. And it's definitely not a good idea to still have it around in 2021. No. And also, if you already have a project going where you've decided that we should switch to the cloud, we entrust Microsoft to run the code as well, not only write it. Yes. I'm quite far along in the project. And also the thing, gets 3 new exploits gets disclosed, quite bad ones. Yes. Maybe you shouldn't put a stop on that just like that. No. But that's where you can end up. I mean, of course, any similarities to reality is pure coincidence. Although there are many in this unfortunate situation, I would hazard again. Perhaps not that many, but there are a few. Let's hope it's not that many. I don't know. Do you have an exchange server? Is it updated? Is it patched? Is it on your local network? Which, since it is your local network, it is of course a trusted network. Of course it is, it's local. It's our stuff. Yeah, but you might have people phoning in from all over the place. And not only that, you might also have strangers phoning in with email, for example. Yeah. I think you made your point. Haven't I? Haven't I? I think so. And this track you already played. There we go. There's lots of train. We have seen this a few times now. It only goes round and round and round. You see. Perhaps that other train constructions that we saw here, it might actually be building this connection. It is not only, it is finished. However, it is built without electricity, and we're going to need to add that on, as this is learnings from trying to build railroads. Thing is, if you build it as a regular unelectrified track first, yes, it goes quicker. The problem is that you have to go around and do this, and this process is a bit prone to fucking up your day. because it's not completely unheard of, and so that you end up with a little gap here. That also is not completely. It takes a while, because at every goddamn little split in the thing here, we have to yeah. But with the electricity, with the catenary, yes, I know what it's called. The electrical bits and bobs for the railroad. It's because of transport fever. I know what that's called. I had to look that up when I first played transport fever. What the hell, catenary? But of course, did I really look it up? You turn that on and they appear. I think that's all that was required to figure it out. Yeah, I think so. What's it called? What do we call it? I don't think we have. Do we have a word for it? Maybe they do within the business. There might be a professional's term for it. But I think the regular person would just call them the electrical bits for the railroad, or just the railroad, or just that thing. The thing that makes noise every now and then. A big thing comes rolling through here, makes noise. What it is an extension of the steam turbine in the coal plant far over there. Yes, that's what it is. This is a coal-powered. No, this is not. This is diesel-powered. The construction rails that, yes, but the other train, that is coal-powered. Very good. We could build a nuclear power plant and have it nuclear-powered. Yeah, we could, but that's a real bother to build a nuclear power plant. But we could do it. We have most of the things. We have steel, but we don't have any electrical components, and we also have to of course build out the entire goddamn nuclear fuel production industry, which has a few components to it. You have the uranium mine, you have the uranium ore processing thing, or whatever it's called, and then you have the then it's the conversion thing, and then there is the nuclear fuel plant, right? Or is there yet another thing in between there which I'm forgetting? No, it's the mine, it's the thing, and yeah, it's 4 things, including the mine. And all except the mine requires educated workers to a degree. Are you going to put up some electrical wires? Hey, here? I think you are. You might be. You're moving very, very, very slowly. Okay, no, you're not going to put your laying track. Oh, that's very efficient. It was like one thing missing on this segment, and you could not think to. No, that's what happens. It gets the construction of the railroad is two-faced when you two faces here when you do electrification. There's just laying the track, and then there is putting up these things. And if it's only laying track, then it can go ahead immediately to the next segment. But no, not so much. And the thing with this railroad is that since we don't have any any construction offices here in range, quite, this is completely laying according to the landscape. It was a little bit bothersome in places to get it around and such. Some places more than others. So it's not, I mean, it's not the shortest or the straightest path, quite. Oh, but I think this will be quite nice if it ever gets done. I could click the auto construct insta-build button. Could I afford? I don't know if I can afford it. I think I can afford it using dollars. I might. Otherwise, I have about how many thousand? About 2,000-3,000 tons of steel laying about, which we could sell. And then I could definitely afford it. But no, this has been built from the ground up. I'm not going to start ruining that now. This is a bit annoying that we managed to build a high voltage line all the way here, but not quite all the way to this to the connection to the Soviet Union. Oh, only to there, because there for some reason the game decided that you need a new segment here of thing. So that's why it's a different construction project, and therefore you're screwed if you're trying to build a power line to the Soviet border. Although it's quite a lot of it. It's not. It's like last I checked, it was like $33,000 maybe, or something like that. Yeah, it might be a little bit more expensive now, but not a lot. We could afford. But no, we're following principle here for some reason. Yeah, there's a lot about that exchange server. Yeah, there's more. But no, let's try and at least keep it somewhat. I mean, I suppose from my personal opinion and my professional opinion, is that you should not be running exchange and small business servers 2011 in 2021. I know it's a radical and harsh concept to grasp and take in. I know, but still. Here the train set is going back after having done one workday, connecting a fuse or something maybe on the final bit there. Whatever it was. Very efficient. Meanwhile, you are waiting here. You could actually put up a semaphore, because we're going to need it when it's time. Although, let's wait a little while with putting up that semaphore, because I think if I put up a semaphore here now, it will split this into two constructions. But since it is the same type of job, it might continue. Yeah, maybe we should try it and see what happens. And the worst that can happen is that that construction train set has to make another. Yeah, it turned into two different constructions, and we'll see if you can be clever enough to. You are not building that bit. Okay, I see. You're building the other bit. Okay, so that's a bit stupid then that it sends this train set every other time, since it is not quite as capable as the other one. Is this one? 1032, 1033. What? Yes, you have these 1032. That's way out there. This is 1033. You are on there, okay. Really now? No. It's a different unfinished railroad 1033, this, you see. Or what? What's this? That's there. And this is somewhere completely different. That's interesting. How? Yes, it's not my eyesight. It is getting not better. But no, it's unfinished railroad 1033 2 times. Yeah, it doesn't. It's within different districts. It's what it is, or areas, or whatever you call these. That's why it's the same number. Okay, there's a little bit left on the old Royal Pale Lager here. Pale Lager. What the hell? Come on. Pale Lager. That's an unnecessary word that you don't need. The Royal Lager would be quite a whole lot better. Pale is also imperial. I suppose that's fine to combine with royalness and such. It usually goes with the plan, or comes with the territory, or how you put it. Okay, so that is where we are at with after or on the third 5-year plan. And within the next 5-year plan, have the railroad finished out to there. I think if I retire that construction thing, we could maybe get there a little bit quicker when this is done. Maybe. Yeah, and with this second school now, we should be very. Look at this. Also, we have the grain here. We have one of these enormous grain silos built. Yes, we have all the stuff nowadays. We can build anything we want. We can build we can build anything we want. Almost, we just have to buy a few things. Speaking of which, how's it doing? It's April. We can look at last year. We actually went a little bit in the red there, 73,000. Fuel is quite a lot, and electrical components for this for the catenary. Yes, for the electrical bits for the railroad, for the electrification of the railroad. They are expensive, and we use quite a bit. Fuel is the largest. So we're self-sufficient on everything, but chemicals for our clothes, for the fabric for our clothes, yes, the electrical components for the railroad, fuel for all the vehicles on the road, and the construction train sets, and cement. Yes, for the. So we can make prefab panels, and the concrete is quite an important thing for construction. Yes. Could you stop this now then? Yeah, but that's the same song as before. I went to play a different one. Oh, the beer is empty. The beer is empty. How much did we have, you said? 8,244 tons of crops in there. Whoops. What just happened? Nothing happened. You forgot that bit. Just hid the user interface. Okay, they are still plowing and sowing the fields here now. It was April something. Okay, very good. Wheels are not turning on this tractor. And it's done. No. Yes, it is done. It teleported to the other side of the field, and then it's now going back to the farm. How are we doing on the manual sewing quite well, actually. Well, quite well. We've gotten a bit. This farm adds to things, and before you know it, this thing will be full, because I don't feel like expanding this a whole lot more. No, we have all the things we need. We're fine. This is a perfect society here. It's a utopia. We have really good housing. We have a really good heating plant, and we have a fantastic steel mill and a decent coal mine, and so on. I don't know how the people in these buildings are feeling nowadays when, well, I think now they might be back to fine again. Should we have a look? Maybe we could have a look. Yes, it's completely fine. But we have 250 workers in the steel mill, so if we get selling on this, then it might get a little bit polluted here again. As it was when their forefathers were here. Yes, that will be it. That was this 5-year plan and a bit of exchange server for you. Thank you so very much for watching, and good night.